Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Redneck Ways. How's everybody out there in YouTube land? Well, I hope you guys sit fine and dandy. I'm not doing too awful bad, guys. I just stuffed myself with good old Taco Bell. Yeah, Taco Bell. It was good, but I'm going to pay for it. I'm supposed to be on a diet. And it seems like anytime I say that word, I eat more. But I've really got to lose weight because I am not buying no bigger pants. No, I'm not. And it is becoming pants season, and I found out that I don't fit in my pants as good as I did last year. And I am not going to go buy new pants just because I gained some weight. No, I am losing weight. Somehow, some way, I'm going to do it. But we're not here to talk about diets and fat and all that. We're here to talk about these wonderful American 5 radios. These 4 radios here, I got sitting here all pretty. They're all American 5s. They're 5 tube. These are all miniature. These are all the miniature tube American 5s. And 3 out of the 4 work. We have a Hoffman here. A Huffman, sorry. We have one Huffman. We have a Zenith. And we have a General Electric, which I think that's pretty cool because this is a twin speaker. Yeah, you don't see too many of those twin speakers. Yeah, that was probably whoever first bought that. They was doing good. You know what I mean? They didn't just have one speaker; they had 2 dual speaker. I don't know if you see it. We'll look at that more here in a minute. And then we have this Golden Shield by Sylvania, which I just love, that little dragon shield. And we're going to take and look in the back. I've already took the backs off of them. And we're going to fire them up. Let's do one by one. And give you all a good little look inside of them. And how they did. Now, my Huffman, it must have fell off a mantle or end table or something. Because it's got a little chip here. And right here, it's broke. Down here on the dial. Which I don't know why Huffman made that so kind of cheap. It's just, they just put a piece of plastic here. And anybody would know that was going to break. And actually, it's got some new stuff here. It's just wax. Okay. But other than that, it's a beautiful little radio. And it is missing one of the little silver things that goes into the knobs. But I think it works. That's another thing. These all worked when I put them up on the shelf. So we'll check and see if they work. They should work. So there's that. You know what I mean? You know how that goes. So I think what we'll try out first is the Huffman. We'll look at it, go through it. And the one that I'm having problems, that I have no idea what happened to it, is this General Electric. I was going to change it because it needed filter caps because it had a bad hum. Well, I changed it. Well, these are, I think all these are on a circuit board. They're maybe a couple. This one's not. This is on a chassis. I think these other ones are circuit boards. And I don't know if you all seen Radio TV Phone on Nuts video today. He's so right when he said tubes should not ever been put on a circuit board. That's exactly what was going off this one. When I changed the ultraletics in it to get rid of that hum, I never could get it right. The traces kept breaking. I kept jumping, using jumpers and everything. I got it work one time and then it quit again, and I have never got it back. So I thought once we kind of go through and look at the other 3, we'll kind of put some juice to the General Electric and see what it's doing today. I am missing 2 or 3 of the tubes. I got them in the shed somewhere. I have no idea where they are, but I don't think we're going to need them. But in case we get voltage through the little circuit board and everything, I think one of these has the same tube. So if we get that lucky, we got tubes. So let me set these aside, and I'll slide the Huffman over. I thought that was a Hoffman. I thought it was a Hoffman. Yeah, it's a Hoffman. Hoff. When I was looking at it from up here, and it kind of looked like a U. So I'll slide these over, and we'll look at the Hoffman real quick. and take a gander on the inside. Alright guys, here we go. We got the Hoffman up here. Let's turn her on. I haven't played this for a little while, so hopefully she still works. Well, let's see. Give them tubes time to light up. There we go. As you can see, it's a good sounding little radio.
Winston got the rebound again.
And make everything safe, but it is the theater district, and there's always going to be a lot of stuff going on there. And I think the Chinese restaurants actually benefited quite a bit from some of the late night activities that Stephen.
Kind of turn the lights out a little bit so you can see the little shield. It has like a little shield right here. I don't know if you can see it lit up.
All the different voices in the neighborhood.
I always thought that was pretty cool.
Neighborhoods are changing pretty dramatically. It's a whole different environment. I mean, I wish Wilson Street and Newbury Street hadn't become the hot act.
Points in the second half. He's got 17. 78-35 Illinois. Jackson State a long three out top by Williams. No good. A rebound. Boswell. 3 on 2.
Let's look at that particular grievance.
It comes in really good. I'll recap this one. Put new filter caps in it. When I bought it, it had a real bad hum. All the radios I'm going to show you, I had to put filter caps in.
On these last 3 games,
they all had a hum.
What is it about Green's game that he maybe helps complement?
This is one of the radio. I wish it never. Whoever had it, they didn't have the accident of dropping it. It's a really beautiful radio. It really is good sound and quality radio. So let's take a look in the back.
Not a guy that cheats. Not a guy that's going to be trying to sneak in behind breakaways. A very like you say, he's playing the wing, but he can play center. He takes face-offs.
Kind of give you the tube glow
Jeff
here.
Jeff Blashill puts him out there for D-zone draws, short-handed face-offs. He trusts him and he puts him in key areas for such a young player. He's not the kind of player that's going to jump off the page and wow you with excitement.
Got a pretty big speaker. It's why it sounds so good.
You know, a lot of the little things that go unnoticed. He's the type of player that all kids should watch because he does.
And it has a phono jack right here.
Responsible things and the hard things that maybe not.
You can hook your record player up to it.
He's the definition of
and use the amp and run it through the speaker.
Playing on the top line with,
all right, let me get another one up here on the table, guys. Let's kind of turn this around real quick.
He's one of those players where it's
go through the stations all the way.
When you leave a game and you're like, I didn't really notice him much because he just does a bunch of little things well and not one thing great where he just flashes on your TV screen.
That's exactly.
Start the second half by Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals. Cardinals are 3 for 3.
And this has the civil defense markings on it. Right here. The CD. That's the Korean War. Alright. So let's turn that off and let me get another one up here, guys. Alright, guys. This is a little Zenith. Probably a 60 model, I would say. Beautiful little radio. It has I took the backs off all these so we could look inside. Kind of throwing me off here. But it has Zenith right here across it. Nice little table radio. It's got the little Zenith emblem. And the red and black. Which red and black looks good on anything, I think. So we'll take it and just turn it on. Gotta give it a minute. Warm up. Yeah, I say this is probably 1960s, 1961, 1962. Here we go.
Require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and importance.
Sideline to the wing on the dribble. Jumping past down low. Harris, 9 to shoot.
Actually, here, the last month or two, because it may be a little longer, but they actually put a nice soft rock station on AM. And I've been noticing a lot here just the last month. And it really sounds good. It's a good, strong signal.
And podcasts all in one.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio.
Also with the count.
We're getting a lot of stations tonight. But let's take a peek in the back of this one. Alright guys, here is the tube glow.
Major League Baseball, the Braves, they promoted Walt Weiss to their manager. He's been the
Look at them beautiful tubes.
and was the Rockies manager from 2013 through 2016, going 283 and 365. Never finished higher than third place. He inherits a team that finished 76.
And there's what this one looks like inside.
And some scores around the NBA right now. The Jazz are on top of the Celtics, 103-102 with 44 seconds left to go. The Rockets, they lead the Mavericks 81-78.
And that's the Zenith, the 1960 Zenith. Alright. Let's bring up the next one, guys. Alrighty, guys. Now let's take a look at this little Sylvania. This one, I think, is a 50s. 1957. I would have to go back and look all these up. I'm not 100% sure. I just know they're not super old, you know. Not like the last American Five I'm going to show you. It's a 1930s. But this is a little Sylvania. It's a golden shield. Pretty neat little radio. I love the decor of it. The little spiky things. Really kind of neat. And it also has a really neat, which I like all the antennas, but this one a little bit. It's just, they done it really good. Check that antenna out, how they just put it on there. How did they do that, I wonder? I like to see that done. Now this one, guys, I'm going to have to use a suicide cord. Looking, I was getting ready to say, I can. They actually made this where you can unplug it. I remember it now. I can unplug and get the back off if I want to, but I think we'll be alright. I don't think I got it. See what I'm talking about? I actually got it fixed right here where you can just unplug your speaker there. I don't know about the other one. I don't think you can on the other side, so we'll leave it alone. And this one, I had put filter capacitors in, I think. Let me see. Maybe I didn't. It does not look like I've done anything to this one. It looks like it still has the original filters in it. Huh. And it still has a bumblebee capacitors. Yeah, still see it right here. It's hard to see. I know, guys. I'm sorry. You see the bumblebee? Well, I don't know if you can or not. There it is. So yeah, I haven't done anything to this one. Huh. Alright, well, like I said, we're going to have to use my little makeshift plug, because I won't be able to show you the tube glow because it plugs in like here, and then it goes on them prongs, and if I do that, I have to close it. So let me put this other cord on here. They do this, if you new to these radios, they did that so when you get in the back of it, you won't get shocked, because it automatically unplugs it. But I got a cheater one. Only for professionals. Alright. Plug this thing in. Maybe it goes the other way, because that just didn't feel right. Feels a little loose. I haven't tried this plug on this. Let's see what it does. Let's plug her in. Hope for the best. Yeah, I got a mouse in here in the shed, and I've been hearing him, and I've got a couple antenna wires in here, and I'll be watching YouTube, and I'll see those wires bouncing. So he's been up there messing with the wires. So I've been trying to go through all my radios and checking everything and dusting them off. They all need that anyway, but I haven't caught him. Haven't caught him yet, guys. I know he's in here. I've heard him, but I haven't seen no droppings, which is kind of odd. You would think if you got mice, you'll see droppings somewhere. He was still in Tootsie Rolls. He was still in Tootsie Rolls out of the Halloween the basket for the Halloween candy, and he was eating one of those and not, because I would see the little pieces of paper over by the TV, but no droppings. So I don't know. He must be a clean little mouse. He must be, you know, pretty well kept on his hygiene, I guess. I guess he brings a bag with him and scoops it up. I don't know, but I know he's here. But anyway, let's get back to the radios. My goodness, I'm going to probably making you all think I'm crazy. All right, here we go. Let's see if this works. This makeshift plug. I haven't started this one up for a while, so will it work? Cross our fingers. It takes a while for tubes to warm up. Let's see what it's doing. Well, it's a good thing I looked, because this plug ain't doing nothing. This plug ain't doing squat. I thought it felt awful. It don't feel like it's touching on one side. I don't know. I may have to. We might not be able to see the tube glow in this one, guys. I may have to just button it up, and because for some reason this plug's not working. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Alright, let me just put the back on it. I'm going to put the back on it and do it that way. I think what has happened is must be for a different, which they look the same, but see how big that hole is? One of those holes are bigger, and it's not getting good connection. I just noticed that. So I don't know what that plug. I thought they was all the same, but evidently not. Evidently not. Let's look at the harmonic. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Cause see, those are the same. Those two. And that one. Huh. All right. I'll put it back together. Alright guys, before I put it back together, I'll give you one last look. Pretty nice little radio. It's kind of dirty. This is probably one of my dirtiest radios inside. I remember I bought this, and I guess evidently I plugged it up and it played, and I just put it up on the shelf. But yeah. Little American off by miniature tubes. Alright, we got her back together. And there's a little look on the bottom, guys, of the tube layout. Sylvania. Sylvania. I always like Sylvania. Even their old tube boxes look cool. Alright, now let's try this thing. These rubber bands, after you undo them, oxygen gets to them or something in their junk. You only get to use them once. I guess that's why you got to keep them in a baggie. Alright, let's plug this thing in. Let's see what it does. Now, warming up. Does it play? Does it play anymore? I don't know. Oh yeah, I see the tubes are lit. I don't know if y'all can see those tubes are not lit up in the back there. Can y'all see that tube glow going through in the holes? Kinda. I hear a buzz. Let's see if we get anything.
Welcome to a brand new radio station.
That's what it feels like. As soon as I graduated, son, what school you going to? I'm going to Savannah State. Okay, yeah.
A night's rest.
I was 18 years.
Well, she ain't picking up too much.
You got the package and everything. You pay the kids.
But some radios, they're kind of like city radios. You know, they don't get a lot of stations, so it could be one of those. I do have a couple of those in my collection. Like, they just pick up like one or two stations. You know, you can forget shortwave or anything like that. But it still works. But this one you can hear it. It needs ultraletics. I thought I had changed those at one time, but I never did.
What do you mean I still got MySpace? Right.
MySpace. You guys remember MySpace? Alrighty. I'm going to show you guys before we look at the General Electric, because it's broken anyway. We're going to kind of look at it and see what it does when we put some juice to it. I'm going to show you since I've showed you a bunch of 50s and 60s All-American 5s. I want to show you like the original ones, the ones that came out before. I got a 1930 Sturt and Warner back here that it looks pretty ragged out, but I love it. I love the old look to it, and it actually has a pretty nice case, a wood case for it. But I always like having it out. Don't ask me why. I just like the looks of it. So let me get it over here. Let me get this put up, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. We're looking at a 1930. I believe it's a 1932. Little All-American 5. And, man, I need to work on this cord. My Lord. I didn't know it was that bad. Yep, it's starting to show the wire. I'm going to have to just put a new cord on this and be done with it. I'll just got a splinter underneath my pinky nail, man. That hurts. But yeah, I did quite a bit of work this old thing, and I do need to get a cord put on it. Actually, I probably need to put this on a board, because I burnt my table the other night. I was doing something. Oh, I was making videos on my what's going on here? I need to try to solder this speaker on before I break it one day. It has to have its own transformer, so it's pretty heavy. There, that's better. But I burnt my table the other night on a projector, so let's turn it on, see what she does, guys. This is a 1930. 32, I do believe. Let's get that tube glow here. Beautiful tube glow. She should be coming on anytime.
Ain't nothing I can do about it. You know what I'm saying? It was a big jump. So that's been my solid. Right.
I think I'm interfering with it.
I-57 looks good. 15 minutes.
Well.
Cowboys have it, trailing 27-10.
I think my tuning thing needs cleaned or something. Let's see if we get one more station. I don't know what's wrong with it, because I can flick it and it'll come on. I don't know what's going on with it. Oh, it's the antenna. It's touching back here. That's what it was. It was touching back here where I had the antenna hooked up. But that's a 1932 Stuart Warner. Just an old American 5-tube radio.
Thank you for serving our country, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's giving them the discount because they're serving the country.
Alrighty, guys. Let's bring over that General Electric, and let's take a little look at it. I know we're not going to fix it or nothing, but we can look at it. I'm going to put some juice to it. I haven't put no juice to it for a while. And I'm going to share with you guys, and I'm kind of update myself and kind of remind myself what's wrong with it. Because I just know I couldn't get juice. Couldn't get the B plus through the filter caps, I think that's what it was. So let's get that over here on the bench. Alrighty, guys. Now this is actually one of the radios I wish I just left alone when I bought it. It played. It just had a hum. And I wish I knew now what I didn't know then, and just left it alone. And That way, at least it'd be sitting on a shelf and it would still turn on. But yeah, I had to change the filter on it, and it was the first radio that I changed, tube radio with circuit board, that I messed with. And it just, to me, they started really cheaping out here at this point. They started getting really cheap when they started putting the circuit boards and then the tubes, because it wasn't too much longer they came with transistors. And I've actually got, or I actually have a General Electric, hold on, I actually have a General Electric one that pretty much like this, because this, I painted this. It was white, just like this one. It looked just the same, only thing, this had a clock, and this was transistor. So it wasn't very long after this model, they went to the transistor, or what they would call, I forgot, this one had a speaker in the bottom. But what they would call solid state. That's what they, when they came out with transistors, they called it solid state. So it was just, I thought there was a difference in transistor radio and solid, but they're really not. They're just, that's what they called them when they first came out. And I just realized that the speaker is in the bottom of this radio. But I guess where else would it go if it had a clock, huh? But this was probably 1970s. And I just dropped the dial. But this radio was in really bad shape. That's why I painted it, just to get it look better. And I put little yellow tips here on the minute hand and the hour hand. Kind of give it like a, I don't know, I was going for like a propeller on an airplane look or something. I don't know. And I took out the card with the numbers, because I kind of liked that little teardrop in the background. It was just one of them radios I just had, and I didn't pay much for it, and I just had a little bit of fun. This blue is actually, when my boy was 17, he had his first motorcycle, and that is the color that he painted his gas tank and fenders, was this blue. So I painted that, kind of, gives me a little memory of that part. Thank goodness that motorcycle's long gone now. Me and his mother did not agree him having that at such a young age, but when they get to be teenagers, get a little hard to deal with sometimes. Not bad, but things like that, yeah. And also, I'm so glad his little three-wheeler, he got it running, he rode it for a couple of days, and then somehow it was shocky every time you tried to start it. So it got sewed too. So God does answer prayers. But yeah, little memory that y'all, I don't know why y'all need to know that, but there it is. There's a little information that you don't need to know, huh? But yeah, it looked better on the motorcycle. Is my light on? There. It was a real pretty blue. It had like little silver sparkles to it. I can't really tell here. But anyway, enough of this radio. How in the world did I get on this thing? Alright. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and pull this one out. We'll take a little deeper look at it before we do that. And I hope, because I lost the cord to this one. It's in this shed somewhere. And I'm hoping this cord here works. I don't know, because we just had problems a minute ago on cords. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. But here it is. It's just a little circuit board that it pulls out. And I can't remember. I think this dial just pulls off. Yeah. It don't come all the way out. It just pulls off like that. It just kind of hangs. And the knob fell down there. But the knob, for some reason, the little potentiometer, the first time I tried to put this back together and screw it all back down, the little screw hole, it just, with threads, just broke apart. And it actually broke off. I don't know if you can see that down at the bottom there where it's broke. See that screw hole? That's where the potentiometer is supposed to bolt to. So that was a problem too. But I would love to get this, because this is the only one of these General Electrics like this I have that has two speakers in it. And I've been on the lookout for another one of these. And if I have to, if I can find another one, even if it's just one speaker, I'm gonna pull the circuit board out and put it over in this one. Just because I love the fact this has 2 speakers. I mean, 2 speakers, guys. You know how it is. More the better. And that has 2. I don't have hardly no radios here. I think this is the only one out of quite a few that I own that had the dual speakers. It even says it right here. Look how dual speakers right there for you to see. And you know, when your friends came over, they seen that, they knew you was something, because you had a dual speaker radio sitting there on your kitchen counter. Well, maybe you, one of them guys, maybe had this back in the day. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's pull this circuit board out and see if we can get some juice to it. I think it just slides out, if I do recall. I don't think it was bolted. Now, I do see some wires missing here, so I don't want to break no tubes. I really wish I knew where the other tubes went, because I probably might need those on down the road. I know this thing just, there it comes, just slides out. See how cheap it was? I mean, that's all. It wasn't screwed in or nothing. They just have little slots, and this little circuit board just slides in there. So they went from this beautiful, they went from this beautiful, beautiful radio here, this American 5 you see here, all these beautiful tubes and oscillator and lamp and tuning capacitor, which this does have I'm glad it does still have the little tuning capacitor like this, a little banana peeler. It does still have that. They hadn't changed that yet. But look at the difference. And lots of difference, ain't they? That's what happens in 40 years. That was in 1932. And I say this was 1960 something. And I'm missing a lot of tubes out of this, guys. I'm missing 3 tubes. Well, like I said, they're here somewhere. Now, I think, yeah, these two here go to the speaker. So that's no big deal. I know where those go. But you can see where, which I don't know what that's there for. That wire's missing. You see how I had to jump the traces. So, and I don't know why that's off. Or where that even went to. And I didn't leave myself no notes on this one. But I took this off. I took this filter, these ultralytics, this filter cap. And I changed them. And it worked. It worked. And I put it all back together. And once I got it all in the radio, it quit working. And that was it. I think I got it in 1 or 2 more times on the bench. Just like you see it here. But I never could get it working good enough to get back in the cabinet. So we'll give it a little juice just to see what it's doing, if anything. I thought I had all the wires hooked up. Now this blue one's not. That's an ultralytic right there. That's one of the filters. So I don't know if it went up here to the potentiometer. It just about have to. But for giggles, let's put you guys up on Sky Vision, and we will run through the paces of hooking this up and seeing if we get any voltages across the circuit board. I'll be happy if I get something, you know what I mean? At this point, these 2 tubes, it had all original GE tubes in it. I don't know if it's got a tube chart or not. No, it don't have a tube chart. I don't know if it says somewhere here. I mean, I could find out what it takes, but I thought it had it. See, look at their heat shield. Here's their fancy heat shield. Just a piece of aluminum tape. But I still love the old radio, even though it's cheap as all get out. So, maybe put you guys up on Sky Vision, see what we can do. Alright guys, I found what's left of the tube chart. So there's the tubes. Can't hardly read them. But if by chance I could... There's the colors it came in. Green, blue, white. Rose, sage green, rose, blue, antique white. And that's what we have, the antique white. There's the model, a T-140. I guess this one's the T-142. Alright, get you all on Sky Vision. Alrighty. Let's see what we can do, guys. We're going to get the multimeter over here. Alright, we got the multimeter. Got the multimeter up, ready to roll. We'll go ahead and get it set up. Let's get a ground situated on it, so we don't got to worry about it when we give it live juice. So there's that. Let's find a ground here on the radio, which is right here. Here's the ground. Alright, we got our ground hooked up. I don't know if you guys can see. Move some of this stuff out of the way. Bring this over here. And there's the 2 speaker wires. And we know we got one of our filter caps unhooked, which is the blue wire. And I cannot remember where it goes, but that's no big deal. We're just going to see what it does real quick. And then I'm thinking it ran up here on potentiometer, but I would have to look at the schematic. I would have to look a schematic up. I can't believe I left that off. I always try to put everything back the way it goes, and I didn't do it that time. Let's see. Red's running down here. Huh. I think this has got a 40 microfarad. Let me get my magnifying glass and see what the caps, what they are. This was made in Japan. Let's see, 150. So it had a It had a 30 microfarad. And a 75 microfarad. So yeah, it had a 75 and a 30. $75 and a 30 microfarad filter caps. Alright. Let's plug her up, guys, and see what we got. See if we got any juice on this little board. Now, y'all might see sparks. I'm not going to say you might not. Who knows at this point with this thing. Let's go ahead and turn it on so I don't got to really touch anything. It's on. We're going to plug this wire. I don't even know if this plug's going to work. But we're going to plug it in. Okay, we got that plugged in. Alright. Cross your fingers, guys. It don't blow up and catch on fire on us. I really need to get a fire extinguisher out here. Ready? Here we go. Alright, so far no smoke. Let's see if we got juice anywhere. I don't believe we do. Let's see if we can touch over here. Okay, no juice. So let's go here and touch around. No juicy juice. Alright, let's flip it. Because this plug might not work, guys. We may have to just come back. I'll get a schematic one day. I got so much to work on in the shop. But maybe one day we get back to this thing. Let's check the bottom here. Here's that. Alright, we have nothing down here. Can you guys see the multimeter? There's a little bit of something, but nothing really. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if this thing's getting juice. So let's get the ground off of there. Let's touch it here and here. Yeah, we're getting no juice on this plug. No juice on the plug, guys. I've got to look at the plug for this thing. There's a little something there, but nothing to write home about. Alright, let me unplug this. Let's see if I can switch these around. Pushed up a real good tight. Now let's try it. Let's give her a go now. Here we go. Now let's see if we got juice. Oh, yeah, we got juice now, baby. We got 32 right there. 32 coming off the filter caps. 33. 34. 34, 35. We've got like 30. We got like 35 votes on the board. Let me flip this over. I unplugged it. Let's flip the board over. I'm going to check these pins. Alright, let's plug it back in. Okay, here we go. Yeah, 8. We have no high vote. I think that's what I said earlier, didn't I? We didn't have our B plus, which I mean that filter cap's off, so that could be. I don't know if this is grounded to the tuning capacitor or not. No, let me unplug it so I can get that. I'm gonna hook this ground back up. There we go. I'm gonna plug it back up. And let's check. Yeah, we have a lot. Ooh, there's 30.8 on that tube. There's 121 on that one. So there's our B plus. Guys, I may be able to find the tubes. I'm not going to do it tonight because it's got so long. But I'm going to look at, I need to look at a schematic to see where in the world this filter cap goes to. I know it goes to the potentiometer. I just don't know which one. Because I'm getting juice through my board for the first time in a long time, guys. You know how thrilled I am? I would love to get this going. I got my highest voltage on this tube is 30 volts. But I've actually got my B plus right here. Look, 121 volts. I'm not for sure if these tubes here, if the filaments light up, if you gotta have all the tubes in the radios that's, you know, a string set. If you're missing a tube, the filament won't light. Just kind of like your Christmas lights. You know, if you have one bulb blown, they won't. But on this, I'm not 100% sure if that's the case. And if not, neither one of these tubes are lighting up. So I don't know if you've got to have all 5 tubes in there or not. I don't know, but we're getting high voltage here. We're getting our B plus. Sure are. So that's a good sign, guys. And the filter cap, nothing's hot. Nothing's warm. Everything feels good. We may get this old radio going again, guys. That would be great. Bring another one back. Because I really think this one was gone. I've got it unplugged. Alright, guys. Well, I hope you guys had a great Monday. I hope everybody's doing good. Everything's going your way. And guys, I know a lot of people's having rough times. We're going to get through it. It's going to take everybody pulling together, helping each other. When people's down and out, we'll get through it, guys. We'll get through it. And there's one thing about it. The sun always comes up tomorrow. And it's just going to, sometimes it's rougher than others. But you know what? Like they say in the movies, you know, they can't eat us. Which I seen a video the other day. Somebody said we had human meat in McDonald's meat. That can't be right, can't it? I just kidding, guys. But anyway, I hope you all doing fine. And we'll get this old radio going. I have a feeling we're going to get this. I'll look up the tubes. I got to look up the schematic because I got to find where that one wire goes to the potentiometer. I think if I find that, fingers crossed, it's old twin dual speaker General Electric 1961, I think, radio maybe singing a song again or telling the news again. That would be awesome. Every time when I would play these old radios, my imagination just goes crazy, and I start imagining like this Stuart Warner, for instance. I would by chance did Elvis Presley's first song, Nothing But a Hound. Was it Nothing But a... No, it wasn't Nothing But a Hound Dog. I know his first song, but I can't think of it. But anyway, I wonder if Elvis Presley's very first song was played on this radio back in the 50s. You know, just things like that. Or since this is 1930, who was listening to it? You know, they was listening to the news about World War II, and you heard when the U-boats got blown up and everything right across those speakers. I mean, that stuff just fascinates me. And there's so many things about radios that just I absolutely love, and that's one of them right there. Just I can go in just to like just fly away with my imagination a lot of times looking at these, just a deep dive. And it's just such I don't know. I love history though, so I don't know. Maybe that's just how it goes when you love history, and it just feels something inside you. It makes you happy, and this is definitely one of them things. And I hope maybe you guys might catch the radio bug, because it's a lot of fun, and there's nothing but history on this. This one, your radio, it goes all the way back. I mean, that's the first thing. Like, we got our phones now. We wouldn't have these phones if it wasn't for these old radios. Back in the day, they would sit in their house and they would curl up wires on and make coils and use razor blades and a long piece of wire and made their radio and heard the news with like a little earphone. I mean, we've came so far, guys, and then the spark gap and everything, crazy. Just it's never ending. A person could never learn it all. They sure couldn't. They could not learn everything about radios. It would take a person 2 or 3 lifetimes to learn all this. I guarantee you that, because it goes. There's just too much. As soon as you think you've pretty much got it under wraps, there's something else pops up. But anyway, I am rambling on, guys. It's past my bedtime, pretty much. I need to get in there. Got a long day tomorrow. All right, guys. I'm getting off of here. Again, y'all have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you right here at Redneck Ways. Bye, guys. Stay safe, please. Please, please, please. Bye, guys.